I'm Minty, and today we got some memes, a little bit of art, and we go into depth on the Q&A RuneScape 3 just released about the login issues, the new events, and the ModPie combat update announcement, which is nice. Either way, before we get into depth on that, this is where I cover all the RuneScape 3 related news to the best of my ability. JMods, the Twitters, the RuneScape official page, and of course to Reddit, because apparently it's pretty powerful. So if you guys are liking this series, drop a like, subscribe, and, hit that bell icon to help me out. I would appreciate that. Let's start with me. Glad to be a part of this community. Me overcoming every obstacle, amassing wealth, and achieving my goals. In a video game that was popular 10 years ago. Yeah. It really does feel like that sometimes, doesn't it? Oh my lord. Something cool, by the way, before we get really into the juicy parts here. Mod Zuko, one of the old school RuneScape mods. One of these days, I'm going to hide some in-game content behind a string of examine options. And just wait to see how long it takes. I've always wanted this. I examine everything. Hopefully, I'm hoping there's some Da Vinci Code behind it all, and I'll find like the crazy spot where I'll grab like a colorful party hat that's never been sold before. But please, I would love this. This would be amazing. And Mod Zuko, he might be the man to make it happen. This is big. So Jagex does have an official Discord, and they do post things, and I don't check it, but a lot of it just makes it up on the Reddit, which helps me and saves me some time. But this kind of goes over the beta and how your account, if it was affected by the 1% login error, is going to kind of appear. And it's things you probably should know. So changes. Certain items have been replaced. Broken, partially degraded gear is replaced with fully charged. That's pretty good. I'm sure it'd be hard because every item like burials could be hurt just a little bit. I'm sure it's hard to kind of bring that data back. Invention perks cannot be refunded. All players should have been teleported to Lumbridge. Area-specific items been placed in the bank. Area-specific items being retained in the inventory. Some item duplication. King of Kinship has been lost. Missing progress. Quest hub rewards not unlocking sometimes. Some minigame effects not cleared. Wrong PVM portal. Burthop lodestone not active. So there's still some bugs. There's still some things going on. Teleportation. Some players appearing in Burthop and not Lumbridge. Some players appearing in next entrance and not Lumbridge. Missing minimap for some users, bonds not added, only XP and objects have been returned. Account progress, quest achievements is missing. So this is the restoration phase. Don't let this panic you, but they are just kind of telling you what is happening and their updates. So this is actually kind of nice to know. I wish this was a little earlier, but accounts in tutorial will have been moved outside of the tutorial, can't progress. Things you should probably know and keep in mind so you don't get panicked. You log in the beta servers, all that good stuff. So very, very helpful post. Thank you, Dominus, for posting that to Reddit, my man. Some more memes. So if you don't know, RuneScape 3 gets, the 1% get a compensation package, which I think is very nice. And I want one too. I love packages. Are we happy? Oh, we happy. So what is the compensation package? The Q&A, I don't believe covered it. There's no one commented down below here, so I guess it's not been released. And if it has, let me know so I can cover it. I want to know the mystery. What do you guys get? You get the Rune Metric subscription benefits if you had them before. You get your regular, all this stuff. But what do you get compensation package-wise? I don't know. Some cool art. Tartan? Oh my god, I can't say that. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to even try. Looks cozy. It does look very cozy. This art was made by Maverick882. Very nice. I love it. Some RuneScape 3 art, man. We don't cover a lot of RuneScape 3 art, but you know what, man? I like all forms of art. So let's get into the RuneScape 3 Q&A that they just had. Join us today for a first in-game look at the week's Easter event, ModPie Miss combat improvements, and we'll also share a status update. And they kind of just go over this. We already went over everything in the last video, but in case you're wondering, the review beta for RS3 login has begun. We're going to be covering all RuneScape memberships and Rune Metric subscriptions as of March 18th for 31 days, extended yak. Some accounts have been disabled for preparation, and game updates are going to be happening again on the 29th for the Easter event and the Mod Pie combat, and obviously we've covered it again, but Rex matriarchs are going to be postponed until further notice. Now, if you'd like to watch this without me talking over it, because I'm going to play you guys a couple clips that I think are important, link is down below. And if you're wondering what the Mod Pie updates are, he goes a little into depth, and they start out 16 minutes, but pretty much Mod Pie was getting a lot of these Twitter questions, and he just pretty much took the top ones that pertain to combat or just some stuff he could fix and just dove right into it. And he covers a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't know for sure because I don't play RuneScape 3, I play old school, but I'm sure you RuneScape 3 players would appreciate it. So let's start off with what they started off on. Weird way to put it.
Which features our brand new Easter event, and it cut out just as I said this, so fingers crossed it doesn't do it again, known as the Spring Festival. And we're also going to give you a little overview of the combat improvements coming with Pinus. And just before we get into those, obviously, we are also going to give you an update on the latest to do with the login lockout. But first, got a Steamcast of JMod.
And then they just kind of introduce Mod Rain, Mod Pie, Mod Spear, who handles the technical work for the stream. Very nice. Mod Rain, who is handling the Easter event, in case you were wondering, and Hooli, who's been absolutely killing it with Mod Warden on the RuneScape 3 login error. So they're going to start by just kind of describing. Sorry, I got so many video clips here.
So I wanted to quickly start today with a bit of clarity. It's not the update.
So this is kind of clarifying what's happening with the RS3 login. I thought it'd be very important to give it a little bit of a listen.
Before I know, but just for some of you, because I've seen some questions around what telemetry is. And the best way to describe it, I'm going to use your example, ModSpear, because he's been begging me to use this, and it's a great example. But telemetry is a form of data that, imagine someone's following you around and putting post-it notes of all the key things you do in the game. And then what we're essentially needing to do is kind of find all those bits of data, all those post-it notes, gather them all up and kind of build it into a biography. That's your.
So that's what they're doing with your accounts. I always use the word telemetry. There's still one guy giving me grief for me not saying that word, man. So I'm just gonna say it wrong just to make him mad. But yeah. So in case you're wondering what that word was, they finally defined it in a very simplistic way, and they got to take all these post-it notes of data, combine them so your account is secure. I believe this is them kind of going a little more in depth here on what they're doing.
Or if they feel like it's at a state they'd be happy with.
This is them kind of talking about the feedback they're getting with the beta that they just released.
And so far, majoritarily it's been, we've had really positive feedback from the survey. So, early days, the waves are going to expand. As you introduce more people, there's always a chance we find some things as we accelerate. But so far, so good. We've definitely found some new bugs to work on. That's expected. But so far, so good. And then the last thing I just wanted to update you all on is...
So, that's them talking about the beta, how far they're progressing. They found some bugs. They might find future bugs. But overall, it's looking good. Count progress is looking good. So let's move on. What are the Pi updates? Now, if you want to know for sure, because I'm not going to cover them all, I'm just going to cover like one example. And then if you want to delve in, it starts about 16 minutes, all right? It just kind of goes through a lot of combat updates here.
We'll start with a nice simple one, I think. And that is equipping stuff in combat. So this was actually one of the most requested ones. And that's when I'm equipping stuff in combat, I get a lot of spam in my chat box. So I'm just going to clear the chat history, and I'm going to hold X. I've set X to be my masterwork plate body. I'm just going to hold it down. Oh, I need to be in combat. And I'm in combat. I know what I'm doing, honest. I'm going to hold X down, and you just get this message. Whereas in live right now...
So he's kind of improving some things that, like I said, he got tweeted a bunch of stuff. He's fixing them. He goes a little more into depth, some spellbook swaps. He does more combat. Personally, though, like I said, I'm not very, very educated on RuneScape 3 combat, so I'd rather you go and watch this from him himself. He goes over about 10 minutes of these.
When you move, it closes the loot interface, and that people found that really annoying when we first released it.
So yeah, he's just kind of going over simple bugs and annoyances, and just kind of, it's more like a quality of life Mod Pie. So bless Mod Pie for the quality of life he's bringing to everyone here. Now, what the hell is this Easter event in RuneScape 3? And when we got the old school one, I'll cover that as well. It's kind of weird. It's like you catch butterflies. Look at it.
Look like when you get into the event for the first time.
This is what it looks like.
So this represents the point at which less than
little bunnies,
less than 2 million butterflies have been caught in total. You'll see the tree look like this. At the point
And he kind of zooms in on the tree here.
That'd be impressive.
Butterfly in the direction of the tree. But yeah, look, you catch it moving a little bit.
Look at that tree, bro.
Yeah, as it currently
It's
stands,
crazy
this is what it will look
looking.
That'd be
man.
impressive.
So when
I
you
keep missing the zoom in. That's
you're
fine. But
kind
you
of
got all
working
this
together
art.
to
It's really
improve
cool.
this.
They break in the detail of this tree and it changes patterns and forms the more butterflies are caught. And then just kind of going over what this whole area is.
Like, what is this place? Like, what is going on? So this is our spring festival event. It's a brand new event, kind of, instead of doing an Easter theme celebration, we kind of changed that Easter time celebration and seasonal event to be this new spring festival. And so this is the new spring festival area that will kind of evolve over time, especially as we're planning to do with Halloween that you saw last year. So,
Here you go. He covers right there. I'm a sucker for trees with faces, man. Narnia, all that good stuff. So that is fantastic. I believe Old School is probably going to do some Easter egg stuff, but when we get more info on that, I will definitely cover it. That is mainly what happened in the Q&A. They just kind of go more into detail on that, and they go into that hardcover book that's coming out on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So Q&A, RuneScape 3. Let's cover a little more memes. When you see a level 104 wearing a combat brace and an obsidian cape. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, I feel it, man. Hey, I don't blame him, though. I don't want a quest either. So I don't blame Combat Bracelet Boys, but I don't know, man. I still give DVS a little flags if you remember that. Also, if I were my OSRS character IRL, World's Strongest Priest has broken 19 powerlifting records. 99 strength, 99 prayer. And he looks exactly like the man that does stats. But it's almost on par. It's a little crazy. It's a little beautiful there. And then I thought we'd end it with something nice. So the Temp boss is coming out very soon. And apparently when it does come out on World 322, I believe. It just says World 22. They're having bounties for the first, second, and third pet. This is very nice. His name's literally just World 22 fish. So if you guys like to fish, you want to hang out World 22, they're doing bounties. First person to get pet, 50 mil. Second, 22 mil. Third place, 11 mil. I like these little events, man. Everyone get together. Maybe I'll even join. I might stream. I don't know. That does sound pretty fun. But yeah, the Q&A covered the Mapai combat system. If you want to know more about that, I'll leave it down below. It starts at 16 minutes. Easter event starts around 40-ish. And then they covered... I really just kind of watched mainly what they were covering on the RuneScape 3 login fix, and it seems like it's going well. They have good input. They are getting good feedback, but they still have a ways to go. So, second upload today. Sorry for the spam. Have a great week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.